Excellent. I want to thank everybody coming to the O&A meeting for October 20th, 2025. We'll start this meeting with, is there anybody online?
John Katz is an attendee.
Right, Jonathan Cass is on attendee. That's excellent. We have Anthony Mackey. Okay. Sorry about that. So we'll start up with new appointments. There's the City Hall Restoration Committee. Anthony Mackey, term to end 2/15/2028. Anthony, come up and tell us a little bit about yourself, or you can stay there if you want. Whatever's more comfortable. Order. Oh, thank you.
Good morning. Good morning. Good evening. My name is Anthony Mackey, resident of Gloucester. Moved here in 1977, then spent a couple of years in Boston, moved back here in 2015 with my wife. I have a family live at Beacon Street in Gloucester. I'm a registered architect in the state of Massachusetts and a member of the Rotary Club. Steve Dexter, who is a standing current member of the City Hall Restoration Committee, made the call out at the meeting. If anyone's interested in joining the committee, I thought about it for a little bit, and with my experience in historic renovation and wanting to give back a little bit to the city that I can with my two young kids, I thought might as well give it a shot and try it out. I like the building. I think it's based on the report that was prepared fairly recently.
Info there, yes.
Yeah, so I looked at it quickly, and it seems like that the priorities are fire alarm, electrical, and sprinkler, which I can concur with. That's a good idea. I think there's a lot of potential funding from historic tax and state and federal tax credits that could be chased down. I think that could go towards the windows, the outside, the hallways, historically significant portions of the building, and then a lot of it had to do with, well, from my experience, putting a sprinkler in a building like this is a little tricky. You want to do it in a sensitive way. You don't want to do it in a quick, dirty way. So as this scope of work moves forward, I think I could lend advice and help other members understand things that may come up or questions I may be had about it. And I took a tour of the tower, which was fun. With Rowan. Yeah, it was fun to crawl up in there. I'm afraid of heights, but I conquered my fear to get up in there and look around. It's quite a beautiful building. I like how the top floor is all trusses. I did a building similar to that in Lowell, Massachusetts, about the same size as this building, slightly smaller. Basically gutted the whole thing down to the studs and rebuilt it as apartments. And it came out really well. So I had experience with all that kind of stuff. Work.
Excellent. Thank you, Anthony. Is there any questions from the councils? We'll start with Councilor Majota.
No, quite. Just very impressive. Your knowledge, and then just listening to you now about City Hall and how you want it. Like what you said about the sprinklers, you don't want to do dirty. You want to do it carefully, which is it's a very historic building. This is City Hall. So I just love everything you said, and especially going with the state and the federal grants to see what's out there that we could help the City Hall. So you definitely have my support. Just really enjoyed listening to you. If you kept talking, I would have just kept listening.
I had to pull back.
But thank you.
Thank you.
Excellent. Councilor Grace.
Your expertise is sorely needed and is going to be appreciated. We recently had interviews with the League of Women Voters, and one of the questions that the community put forth was what our thoughts are on the restoration of City Hall.
Mm-hmm.
And this building is an iconic landmark in the city. You drive over the Apia and you see the tower. So one of my thoughts is it would be heartbreaking to one day come and not see that on the horizon. So, and I agree with the sprinkler and obviously the delicateness of the sprinkler, because we do have so many historic things in this building. And we had a fire recently, so it's, we need, we need that work done. So I think you're going to be an asset to this committee. So thank you so much for wanting to lend your service. It's appreciated.
Excellent. So Anthony, what I would say is that judging by the public and the city of Gloucester, myself included, is that we like to continue this as a functional city hall,
Mhm.
not a museum, but we have a lot of people that come from around the country and the world. And they're blown away that it's still not a modern building.
Mm.
And, the amount of legislation and things that happens in our small city, works in this fashion. We can take a small section right here. This is our computer room.
Mhm.
The bulk of our computers are actually at the high school now. But because of the process that we have and the area it takes, and because of the heat and the air conditioning and stuff, that room's been part of the plan of the committee to shrink it with modern equipment,
Mhm.
But my dream is to make that this city hall is our functioning city hall.
Function.
There's nothing like being upstairs in the Kairos auditorium and watching people in the stands above and below and come together to have a city meeting
Mhm.
is excellent. And
Maybe
it-
we could get some air conditioning.
yeah, no, yeah, or at least windows that open.
Yes.
So, with that being said, have you been sworn in?
No, I have not.
Right, have you taken the ethics test?
Yes.
Okay, so if you could before Tuesday,
Mhm.
stop into the clerk's office
Mhm.
and get sworn in.
Okay.
It takes 5 seconds.
Yep.
And that'd be great. And other than that, do we have a motion? Council Majota?
Committee recommendation move to recommend that the city council appoint Anthony Mackie to the City Hall Restoration Committee term ending 2/15/28, and I so move.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, excellent. Anthony, thank you very much for coming tonight.
Yeah,
It was a
thank you.
pleasure.
Congratulations. Pleasure to meet you.
Let's revitalize this committee and
Yes.
keep things going. You're welcome to stay. We only have one more
Yeah.
person to talk to, and it's for economic development. And then we're gonna go on to a couple other meetings, which will be quick, but you might
Yeah.
wanna
I'll
see how easy it is for us to do the actual base work of it.
Mhm.
So next up, we have for the Economic Development Industrial Corporation, we have Jonathan Katz, termed end 7/1/2028. Jonathan, how you doing tonight?
Can you hear me?
We can, Jonathan. If
Okay,
you could just tell us a little bit about yourself and why you want to be on the EDIC.
sure, I'd be happy to. My wife and I live on Goose Cove in Gloucester. We've been coming to Gloucester for 35 years and bought a house 16 years ago and moved up here full time. My background is well, let me give you a quick summary. I have a PhD in urban economic development. I ran a HUD demonstration grant back in the day on development in 12 different cities in New England. I also, my PhD was on the ability of cities to attract private investment using different incentives. I worked in private real estate development with the Beacon companies, the Beale companies, and the Davis companies, and spent the last 20 plus years of my career as a real estate and strategy consultant for large nonprofits, including Massport, Mass General Brigham, the Harvard Alston Project, Harvard Medical School, and a couple of other universities. I was an original member of the first Economic Development Commission for the city of Newton. So I think that's about all I have. Happy to answer any questions.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Jonathan. And we'll start off with Councilor Grace. Councilor Grace, do you have any questions?
Our new question is just thank you very much for wanting to, you have a extensive knowledge and background, which is sure to lend a really positive note to the EDIC. And I appreciate you wanting to donate your time and your energies and your efforts and your knowledge. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you.
Councilor Majota.
Yes, John, I just do say you do live in a beautiful part of town. I'm a little bit biased because I live there also. But I'm just very impressed just listening to you. I think the city is really gaining a lot of expertise with you, and then Anthony is here. I'm just very impressed with, you know, the people who are stepping up to join the committees, and this is what it's all about, is that, you know, people say that they love and care about Gloucester, and to do what you're doing, step up and put out your professional knowledge to help is just fantastic. So thank you.
Thank you.
So Anthony, your knowledge on the EDIC, first being back with Newton, the wonderful city. I got family there, they're thriving. It's a little bit easier for Newton being centrally located and more masked by the highway system. In Gloucester, it's a little bit more difficult. We've been very lucky with our members in the EDIC, with our business park at Blackburn, with the industrial parks, GI over at Condolin. And things are working well, but we need to continue to support the thriving companies up there. It's not easy to be at the end of 128 in a city where it's very expensive for housing, and to keep job creation and to keep the companies that are here happy. Gordon's is looking about building a new plant in Iowa. Hopefully they don't leave Gloucester. I don't think they will. But
Actually, I believe they built the plant in Indiana.
Indiana, I'm sorry.
And it's open, but it has no relationship. I don't believe, since I know some of the executives there, I don't believe that's going to impact their presence in Gloucester.
Well, that's wonderful news, and that's great to hear from you that you're already involved, but we really need to pay attention. The EDIC is an important board. They work hard building with other, partners in business and trying to keep things here. And they have a good reputation for doing well for the city of Gloucester. And it sounds like your knowledge is only going to make them stronger. And I couldn't be happier to have you aboard.
Thank
I
you.
just want to thank you. Have you been sworn in?
I have not been sworn in. I've been traveling and just got back. In fact, I attended my first meeting at 11 o'clock at night last week in Denmark from 11 to midnight. But I'm back now and happy to be sworn in. And can you just let me know about the ethics?
Yeah, the ethics test is easy. You communicate with the clerk's office. They'll send you a link.
Okay.
If you're out of town, they can also do the swearing in on a link.
I'll be back in town.
And again, with you and Anthony, next Tuesday night at the full city council for the full vote, and that can be Zoom or in person as well. With that being said, Councilor Grace, do we have a motion?
Committee recommendation, move to recommend that the city council appoint Jonathan Katz to the Economic Development and Industrial Corporation, term to end on 7/1/2028, and I so moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Jonathan, thank you very much. If you can reach out to the clerk's office, they'll send you a link for the
Will
ethics
do.
test. It's fairly simple. And the swearing in is also, and I'm very happy for both of you tonight.
Thank you.
For stepping up, because it sounds like we could really use your help, and that would be awesome. So
Great.
thank you. Have a great night.
Thank you all. Have a good night.
Take care. Thank you.
Bye.
So next up, let's see me quick.
Oh, yeah, no rush.
We have number 2, CC 2025-038, Memhard, MGCO, Chapter 22, Traffic and Motor Vehicles, Section 22-270-1, Resident Sticker Parking only by adding Hammond Street for its entire length from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. from May 1st to September 15th. This was continued from September 15th, 2025. It will be continued to our next meeting, as traffic will be hearing this at their next meeting. Next up, we have number 3. We have CC number 2544 Benson. City Council petitioned the state to lower the speed limit on Burnham Street from 30 miles per hour to 15 miles per hour. Dylan cannot
I
be
can
here.
Speak on his behalf if you'd
If
like.
you'd like to, yes.
Yeah, the reason that Dylan brought this forward is you have Miss Tina's
Dance school.
dance studio, you have
The ball
Burners
fields.
Field, you have the boxing club, all within a very narrow part of that road where currently the speed limit is 30 miles an hour. When there's a game going on and there's dance going on and the kids are in the boxing, cars are parked
And
up
kids are
and
running
down,
back.
and kids are going back and forth, and Dylan and I actually had a conversation about this a couple weeks ago, because I couldn't believe how fast people were driving down that road, because I will use that as a cutover oftentimes, I know, but I go really slow and I'm really good. On the back. Yeah, so it's, this is a matter of safety for the children, mostly. There's a lot of kids that are just darting in and out over there. They're excited about everything that's going on, and I think it would be in the best interest of the community to have the speed limit lowered in that section.
Excellent. Council Majota, would you like to add to that?
I don't see any problems with this. The only thing I can add is people really need to pay attention
Yes.
and slow down. I think Marjorie said that 1,000 times. And if you're just in that area or anywhere, you just, you count the cars, people are distracted, whether they're on the phone or not, the number's high. So if people can just slow down, that'd be great. But anything to do to help with safety for the children and the businesses around there, then I'm all for it.
I agree. And with that being said, Council Majota, do we have a recommendation?
Committee recommendation, move to recommend that the city council forward a letter to the Mass DOT requesting that the speed limit to Burnham Street, a public way, be reduced from 30 miles an hour to 15 miles an hour, and that such letter be accompanied by a certificate of vote of the city council. And I so move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. I would like to make a motion to end this meeting.
So move.
I second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Excellent.
Thank you.